Let me show you how I created this cool looking product card design. So as you can see, it looks cool. So as you hover over it, look at the effect, the animation you are getting. Okay, so move your mouse and you put it back. Look at how it looks. So I think it looks cool. All right, so you can do this in any of your project like e-commerce application or anything that you require to show a little more detail of something. Okay, so this is very practicable in real life applications. Okay, so it's also very responsive. Look at it. It's also very responsive. So it responds to any kind of size or device. So as you can see here, right? So this is this is what we're going to do. So open a code editor, I have VS Code. So put the basic, the starter code, HTML code there. They will change the title, product card design. Then this is the structure. So we have CSS folder within which you have is style.css. Then we have images folder within which you have some images. We're going to use just one image anyway. We're going to use just this image, this shoe. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. All right, so then let's get back to it. All right, so what we'll do, so we'll create a div with a class called card. We add an image in it, okay, which is that footwear. All right, so then we'll create a heading tag that will have the name of the shoe. All right, so we'll put the price there. All right, so once you do that, then we'll add a button that more like an action button when it is being seen by the user. All right, so this is basically what we have for the HTML. So next is to create CSS. So CSS resides within CSS folder. It is called style.css. So it is opened up like this. All right, so the bulk of the work is within the CSS file. All right, so we need to link to the CSS file. First, let's add the fave icon or the picture that will show, or the icon that will show on the browser title, like you can see at the browser title bar. All right, so now let's add or reference the CSS. All right, so now add the reference the CSS. Like I said, the CSS file resides within CSS folder. Okay, so now open the file. All right, so here we make margin padding 0. Then we work on the card. So margin top. Then work on margin top. Make it relative because other contents are going within it are going to be absolute, so everything can be contained. So this is how it looks like so far. Okay, see that the card is there already, but we need to work on the image to make it fit into the card. All right, so we'll make it the same size, which is 480 by 480. That's 480 width, 480 height. So see that it is within 8. All right, so the next thing is then that transition, we'll work on that later. It's going to be part of the animation. Then work on the content within the various tags within the card. So the P tag and the button and the rest. So align them to right. Now, of course, we're going to do more things right here later. So this is what we have later. What we have here so far. Note that it is displayed position absolute. Then we'll make it everything index z index 2, so that I can stay above any other content just in case. We don't want it to be hidden. Then work specifically on the H2 now. So make it bottom .6em, then left .6em, then give it a color. All right, then make it transition of .7 seconds. So this is what we have so far. Then of course work on we'll change the font size. All right, then that of the paragraph tag. All right, so that is one that houses the price. Okay, so we'll make it to rotate, transform rotate 90. So now what that means, that doesn't show by default until you click on it. Until we make it show basically. So, but now just comment it so we can see how it looks. All right, so then next is to work on the span. All right, so then the span will make it a font size 20 px, then give it the color. So this is the one that will be like the old price. Okay, so old price is 145. These are just fictitious information, so it's not the rating. And shout out to MKBHD. This is one of the shows he made. So I got it from his website. All right, so now they'll make it red. Then we'll just track it through. We'll give it a line through on it, so you can see, so that to show that okay, that was the old price and so on and so forth. All right, so then remove the red color now, font color or the text color. So that's what it's going to look like. I mean, this is how it looks like so far. Then of course, later it's going to appear better, but just wanted to do that so that we can see what we are doing. All right, then card. We now make a work on the button that is within the card. Then on the button, then what we'll do, we'll change the. I'll take it down. That is, we say bottom 2.8 em. So that takes it to the bottom. Okay, as you can see here. So of course, I'll still have a lot to work on it, to do on it. They'll make it with 50% of the card. Then the padding will be top 0.5, right 0.2, then bottom 0.5, then left 0.2 em. Then of course border none, then background color. They'll make it a gradient background so that to look cool. All right, so let's check it out now. All right, so check it out. So this is how it looks. Of course, we'll increase the font size, or give it a font size that will make it appear better than that. Then make it border radius of 5 em. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Okay, this is how it looks. Then increase the font size. So say font size 22 px. All right, so if you check it now, see how it looks. Of course, we need to change the font color or the color or the text color. So make it something bright. All right, make it white. Then what else? Okay, so now if you look at it, see it looks cool. Okay, so of course it needs to go down and other things need to come. Then we don't want it to show so fast. I mean, we'll just make it opacity 0. That will make it not to appear. Then we'll make it a pointer event none, so that it will not disturb. It will not be there. It will not disturb the mouse from doing its work around there. Then we'll make it transition 0.6 seconds because we not want it to appear in a stylish way. Okay. All right. So then this is how it looks so far. Okay. So now we'll make it letter spacing. We'll make it minus 15 px so that it more or less squeeze it, just like you just saw, so that when it's coming out, it sort of opens. Okay, so now we need to create a pseudo element that will hold the price at the top right. So we'll say card before, that's a pseudo element. So content $89.99. So you can see where it is now. So we need to take it to the extreme right at the top and extreme top. So what we do is we say color, give it a color of white, that is the text color. Then the width should be 150 px, then the height should be around the 110 px. Then background color, we'll give it a gradient background that will look cool, look close to that of a button to create uniformity. All right, then we'll position it absolute. All right, so that we can put it wherever we want. Like I said, it should be at the top right. All right, so we check it and look at where it is. All right, so of course, we want to style it a little bit to change it from the square size or something related to square. So we say border radius, then we say 20 em, that is the top left. That actually affects all. Okay, so but we want to say the top left should be 20, then the top right should be 0, like that. So you can see the shape we're having. Okay, looks like a pear sort of. All right, so this is what we have so far. So the next thing we're going to do is we work more on the, let's see. I think this one looks okay so far. All right. Okay. So this looks so far. Of course, we are going to work on it more later, but at least we have get the idea. All right. So then, okay, let's add that dollar sign there. So it looks like this. All right. Okay. Beginning to turn out what we want. It's beginning to resemble what we are talking about. Okay. Okay. Let me make this 100. Let's see. Okay. I think the height is too much. Okay. Okay. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this goes. So let's see. Okay, this is how it looks so far. All right. So the next thing we need to do is okay. Let's make it 90 first. Let's see. Okay, I think this looks better. Okay, this looks better. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll make it 90. Okay, that looks better. All right, the index, z index -1, so that it will stay underneath any of the element, just in case that she wants to rotate around it or whatever later. Okay, so I'm just trying to preempt issues. Then we now say card after, and that should do element. So this one will not be a mask on top of the element, on top of the card. So it needs to have the same size, the same width and height. That's 480 by 480. So as you can see here, so it needs to have the same height. Of course, being width 100% will be 480. Then height 480. All right. So it doesn't show yet. Yes, it doesn't show anything yet because we have not added. Let me see. I've not added bottom. We have top, right, left. So we need to have bottom. So it's sort of hiding. So we'll create a transition of 1.4s. All right. So let's add a bottom to it. So bottom will be 0. So now say bottom 0. So that will more or less spread it across. All right. So it was there before, but it was hidden. Okay. So now this is what, let's see. Okay. Okay. What we need to do is go to opacity, remove the opacity. Sorry. Opacity was 0. Okay. So this is what we have so far. So see that it lays on it. It overlays it. Okay. So now opacity it will not be there. So when we need, we will not say opacity 1. Okay, when we have the hover effect. So now say card hover after this, just after we did. So look at that. So as you put your mouse on it, so that it gives you that hover effect, so that it looks cool. Shakes in and it gives you that effect. Okay, so all right, so let's work on the other things. Note that we are using opacity of 0.6. So 0.0 will be off, so 0.9 will be very thick. So we now also say card hover the image. So we want the image to sort of move up a little bit. Look at that. So see how it moves. So it moves up a little bit like that. Moves up at -45 degrees. Then we now say card hover H2. Okay, so H2, remember what we have there. So that's the name. So see how it moves like that. So all right. So so the next we need to do is to look at that. So change the color as it moves up. Okay, change the color from the original color to something white or light. They also change the font size. So look at that. Okay. Then text shadow so that we can have a little more clarity on it. Make it clearer than the way it is. So we'll say text shadow 2px across. All right. So look at that. So it appears clearer now. Don't know if you noticed the previous one. Okay, so so it's getting close to what we want. So then we now say card hover. Then for the we now say card hover for the paragraph. Okay, so yes, this one. So we need to now use transform. We need to take it back. You know that it is hidden by default. So for you to see that effect, we now say rotate 0. So because the degree is actually at 0 point. Okay, so you see that it shows up, but we want it to have some level of animation there. So in order to achieve that, so what we need to do is to say transition, then we'll give it a timing of 9 seconds. Then we need to have, so look at that. Look at how it comes. So you can put some level of delay on it. So say transition delay or 6 seconds. So if you look at it now, yeah, so see what you have. So it delays to show up. I think this looks better. Okay, so then of course you can also make it wide just to follow the trend that we had up there. But of course, if you just say rotate 0 to also work. But for the sake of uniformity, leave it, let it be rotation Y, or rotate Y. Then we now say card hover button. So the buttons should also now come out. Remember that we said pointer event none before. In order to reveal it, we say pointer event field. Then opacity was 0 before. Opacity now should now be 1. Look at that. So if you put your mouse there, look at that. It shows up. It shows up, but it's not appearing where you can see the picture is still squeezed because we use the letter spacing -15 at that time. So let's do transition delay on it. So if you check it out now, look at that. It looks cool. Okay. So if you are still watching, you should be proud of yourself. You have been able to do a whole lot of stuff. All right. So this is what we have so far. Then let's just fine tune it before we round up the video. Okay. So we now say card hover, card button hover. That if you hover on the button that is within the card, then you should more or less switch the background color of the button, as you can see. Then you can also work on the letter spacing that is within the button, then create a delay on it to be more or less turning off the delay. Okay, so you can see it there. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. I'm pretty much satisfied with this so far. Then of course there are still little things to put here in order to fine tune it. So what we'll do now is that let's see. Okay, so here on the card hover after, let's increase it to .8 so that it look darker than before. Of course, it depends on how you want it, and depends on the project that you're working on. Okay, so so this is what we have so far. So far, so good. Let me see what is remaining. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So now let's go back down here. Okay, so let's go back down here. So here, then we'll now say card hover. Then before, remember that before, yeah, the price panel there. If I should use that word, then we'll now say transition .9s. Then you can see how that works. It's a very subtle difference, but we don't want to make it a circle or an oval shape anyway. Then what we need to do, we see a border radius from 20 EM. That is the top left. So let me just duplicate this. Then top left should be 20. Then top right should be 0. Then bottom right 20. Then bottom left 20. Then we'll create a width. We'll work on the width and the height. Let's see the width first. Look at that. All right. So what happens there? Then go back here. Then work on the height. Let's change the height to around there. It was 90 before. Let's make it 80 px now. All right. So if you put your mouse on it now, look at that. Okay. I think it looks cool. Okay, make it 60 and see. I think this is cool. Yeah, I think this is cool. Your client will be happy with you if you implement this in any of your projects that require such. But the way it moves, the transition is somehow one-sided. So let's go add it, put it at the base, which is the before the hover. So make it, paste it here, cut it from there and paste it here. So look at this, so that when you remove it, it goes back. See that back and forth movement or the animation. Okay, so this is basically what we have so far. So we need to work on the little responsiveness. So we want to have a fixed minimum width, make it 380 for the card, and also make a fixed minimum width of 380 on the image that is within the card. All right, so that's what you have there. So if you go check it out now, Let's check it out. So if you check it out now, let's check the responsiveness. Is it okay here? Then if you make it make it smaller, so you can see. So as the screen drags, as the screen gets smaller, so it fits to the screen and it moves everything, as you can see. So if you move it, look at that. So you see that it moves everything. So it still works perfectly. All right. So then, so basically that's what you have. Note that mobile devices will not have mouse per se. It is your hand. If you touch it, to also implement the mouse event. So see it on iPhone 14 Pro Max works perfectly. So you can just walk around this and see how it is. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.